Hey guys, good evening. Well, it's evening. Whenever you're seeing this video, good day. It's your girl Hibiscus, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to tell you my experience um, when I basically left St. Vincent. I'm actually going to share my experience for the first 4 months in Cuba. I'm going to tell you every details. Okay? So, before we get into this video, if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please get comfortable, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. If you're not new, welcome back, baby. Welcome back. Just make sure you give this video a thumbs up and watch to the very end. Now, let's backtrack. So let me start off by saying that I left St. Vincent like in August, right? After applying for the school and stuff like that. If you're interested in applying to Cuba and you're in St. Vincent and you want to be a self-funded student and you don't know how to apply, you can just let me know in the comment section and I will do a video, the steps. You understand? But anyways, so I left St. Vincent in August. Now when I left, I basically took a plane that was going to Venezuela because there's no straight flight from St. Vincent to Cuba, right? There's two routes. You can go through the two routes I know about. You can go through Venezuela, taking Conversa, or you can take Caribbean Airline and go through Trinidad and then fly from Trinidad, which you have to lay over till the next day. Same with Venezuela. But the day when I was going up, I didn't have to lay over. It was just like a couple minutes, still at the airport for a couple hours. But luckily that day when I was leaving, the flight was delayed. So when I get to Venezuela, they just took us up. Like it was like just about 5 or 6 of us that was going to Cuba. Like they just took us through immigration. No, not really. They didn't take us to immigration. Like they just took us, like when the plane you're coming out, the immigration officers came and announced our names and took us to the gate. Right, the plane was already there. So, anyways, fast forward now to the story gonna start when I get to Cuba airport. Bear in mind, when I get there, I did not know Spanish, so the first 4 months was me doing Spanish course. No, I met somebody on the plane, the lady who was sitting next to me. We conversed, and I told her that I don't know Spanish and I don't know what to do when I get to the airport, da 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 da. And she was like, "It's okay." She asked me if I had the address of the place. I told her, "Yeah, girl, I have the address." And then she told me, like, when I get to Cuba airport, just follow where everybody's going, and when I clear immigration, she would help me to get a taxi. I was so grateful. I was so grateful. Anyways, I did exactly that, clear immigration, reach outside now, and then she helped me look for a taxi. Thank God the taxi she got for me was a female taxi driver, and I was so happy. At least it gave me a little, sense of relief that, because most times when you hear kidnapping and all of these things, it's more men and stuff like that. So she had a conversation with the taxi lady and they were conversing in Spanish and stuff like that, and the lady said $30, $30 US, to take me to the address because she told her where I was going, because I had already showed her because before I went there I printed out all my documents. I printed out the address and stuff like that. Luckily, because when I get there, the Wi-Fi at the airport, it doesn't work. So there's no Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work. Okay, so when I get the taxi lady now helps me put my bags and stuff into the cab, and we lead up 5 minutes in the drive. After the woman pick up her phone, and then she passed the phone to me. Now she went into translator and she typed something. Now tell me why the lady is telling me, say the fee is $60. After she don't tell the lady $30, when I reached in the taxi now, she told me $60. I had no choice because now, remember I said the flight had delayed, so when I get to Cuba it was a little bit late. I was supposed to get to Cuba at like around probably 3 o'clock. I never got to Cuba like until like 6:30, So it wasn't dark, it wasn't dark, but you know, when I get to my destination, it was already dark, right? No, the drive was like an hour 30 minutes, close to 1:45, 1 hour 45 minutes, right? So we drive. I was so scared. Bear in mind, people, and my way me I go, me all of a sudden I have data, I mean have Wi-Fi, no, me I text somebody and say me feel like me I kidnap, because the roads look so lonely. There was grass on both sides. I don't know how that can look, right? So that was happening for me. So I was saying maybe when I get to the hostel, I will connect to the Wi-Fi and whatever. People, me I text, but past one or the lady did not know where we were going. So when we get to a place, we stopped at a hotel. I didn't know it was a hotel at the time, right? I will tell you how I confirm it was a hotel. So we basically, she stopped and she was talking to a guy. Apparently the guy did a smoke and he was in his clothes, and I'm like, is this his job? Like, is it normal to smoke on the job? Because I know the culture is so different here in St. Vincent and Cuba. It's so different. So then one thing that I had to adjust to is the language. The language. Right. Secondly, no, the guy told her to, from, like, you know, one thing with these Spanish people is that when they're talking, the hand movements and da 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 da. So even if you don't quite understand Spanish, you could pick up some things that they're saying. If they're, you know, so like for example, if they might tell you go up the road or say my pints, you know, things like that. They basically use their hands. And anyways, so the guy was telling her to go, so, and me I watched the hand movements, and so I was expecting that guy was telling her to go drive wrong this way, whatever. Anyways, so we reached finally. Now fast forward to when we get to the place, it was dark. So I got to the place like around 8 o'clock, I think. The sun did no us, I don't know, it was dark, but the sun was a little bit up, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, it was daylight saving at the time when I reached Cuba. Anyways, so bear in mind, when I got there, she helped me, took out the suitcase and stuff like that, and then I went into, I pay her. She asked for the money when I was driving in the hostel yard, so I gave her the money. No, she helped me take out the bags and stuff, and then when I went into the hostel, the receptionist area, there was this one black woman there. She's slim and stuff, and of course she not talk Spanish, she not talk English, so me know have to be like foolish me, know. People me tell us I me download translator, but me never download the offline translator part. So my translator never did work. But so she was saying, she greeted me. She said hola, so I kind of know what it means to say hi and stuff like that. And then she said pasaporte. Alright, she asked me passport. Me give her my passport. Then she say apago. I say no. She was asking for my payment, proof of payment, right? Me never understand. So me just basically took up my whole we call it, because I carried up my folder. I make sure print off my payments, my receipts and everything. Photocopy my I carried up passport pictures and everything like that, because you know. So I just took out my paper, like take out my folder, and let she take out what she want, cards. At this point, I don't know what you're asking for, girl. Anyways, so now, bear in mind now at this point, she put me on the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor, I may have 2 heavy suitcase and 1 small carry-on plus my book bag. How me going up there, madam? How? Look for me. Me weak like trash. Anyways, so apparently I thought, okay, maybe the 3rd floor is for the girls. Alright, that's what I thought. But apparently when I was there, a guy came down. He's from one of these African countries. You know, everywhere you go, you will find an African. You go find Africans. No matter what country you go, you go find. So he said hi. The man talk English, and I was so excited because all this while I was just hearing Spanish. So this is the first English speaking person I'm meeting up in the place, minus the lady that helped me, right? So no, he was, and he said that he was going for dinner, right? I was like, okay, but he was like, you know what, let me help you. So I was excited. He helped me with my bag. We went upstairs, and you know, me wicked people, me just carry the small bag and left the heavy bag. I left the heavy bag there and even carry it up. Anyways, they carried me to a room when I reached the room, there were 3 girls there. So apparently, you know, these people came in before me and da 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 da. Luckily, I was so excited for this part. When I got there, I had options. Now, let me give you a little idea. Try to imagine it. The room is a small 2 by 2 room. I don't know if that correction, if that measurement is right, but it was a small 2 by 2 room with 4 bunk beds, so the room can actually hold for 8 people, right? So met in mind, I met 3 girls there. They all occupied, the 3 of them occupied the bunk bed, the bottom bed, and I was so excited that I had a because me to all me big like Mario, me can go up and because I was running the risk, and you understand why. So me look at it, me never run that risk to go at the top either. So where my bed was, I took the bottom bunk and I was close to my closet because there were 8 closets in the room on one line. You just choose a closet. Your bed don't literally have to be next to the closet, but I chose the closet that was closest to my bed, right? The thing is, the closet that was closest to my bed, I used the one at the end because what I did was, you know, when we go bed, I used to tie up a sheet on the top bunk and the try hook it over a little bit on top the locker door so I could have some sort of privacy while changing. And pan the bunk bed now, pan that side, who's on that side would see me. So what I would do, I also used to use a sheet. They provide sheet first, but I never used to use the sheet because I worked with my own sheet, but I just used to use their sheet to like bar up, you know, a little privacy. So I used to like basically fold the sheet in two and drop it down at the, you know, and then stuck it underneath from the top bed, so the top mattress could be on top the sheet, so when it dropped down nobody can see me that side. Anyways, so yes, when time come now, when the guy went down for dinner, it was already past dinner time. He didn't get to, after he helped me, he didn't get to get dinner, so he had to wait until the morning to get breakfast. Now fast forward now. So when I reach and settling and stuff, I wanted to have my bath because I had left St. Vincent early in the morning, right? Me reach airport 4 o'clock. Why am I reach airport 4 a.m. in the morning? My flight was supposed to be at 6, but I left because of the distance. Anyways, so fast forward now to go bed. I'm going to tell you all the things that I get adjusted to, right? So the language was one, the water system. People, the first time I have my shower, the water did itch me. Listen to me, the water itch me everywhere. It itch me. And the thing is, it can't. I thought it was because it's my first time. Okay, the next day it would, you know, up to now, even when I shower in Cuba, the water itches my body. So back then, I'm talking about the first 4 months, you know, if I have to go to class and my class starts at 8 o'clock, I would get up very early in the morning, like 5:30, and bathe because I literally need half an hour to sit down and scratch my body. I tried everything. No, I tried using the blue soap. I had to walk up a lot of blue soap. I tried using blue soap. I tried using Dettol, Dettol in the water. Because at first I thought it was my body wash, right? I was thinking so many things. I stopped using the body wash I had. I gave it away. Then I used the blue soap. It still itch me. I say with this. Me end up and get a Dettol for throwing out the water. Nothing was actually helping. So I had to adjust to the water system. Anyways, the bathroom situation. People might me tell another about the bathroom. Oh, let me refer you to the bathroom. Now, there were 2 corridors on the third, like, there's a lot of rooms on the third floor, but my side, there were like a corridor. So there were rooms on here and rooms on here, right? These rooms were like females, and on this side it was males. So in my mind, I think that the males were separated, but it was never like that. Yes, if like the entire room here, I mean, like, I felt like personally, that's what I thought before going. Like the rooms, like, okay, the first floor would be just for male alone or female alone, but it was never like that. Each floors would make a mixture of male and female, but it's just that if there's a room right here and it has female, it's just gonna be females alone. If there's a room right here and it's male, it's gonna be male alone, you know. So anyways, the bathroom, now there were 2 bathrooms, and when I say 2 bathrooms, remember I said a corridor, right? So on this side here, there were the end of the corridor here, there was a bathroom right here, and it had 3 toilets, 3 baths, and 2 sinks, right? So on this side as well, the way the females were, it had three toilets, but one never did a work. It did lock up, it's out of order. So it got, let me just say it's two, right? And there were two baths, and there were three zincs, right? Three zinc. Anyways, come fast forward now. Another thing, you know, had no privacy, people. The bathroom them never did a lock. They were never like, you know. So when you're going to the bathroom, you have to use your foot. While you do whatever you do, you have to use your foot and jam the door, because if you not jam the door, somebody can just come and open it. Yeah. No, let's still on the bathroom situation. You know, in the toilet, you know, as Caribbean, well, as a Vincent girl, I don't know if it happens everywhere, but I'm talking for St. Vincent. You know, in the bathroom you have a bin, but that bin is for like waste, like the little toilet paper roll that is empty or something like that. No, in the bathroom then they had some buckets. No, I had videos, you know, but I lost that phone. And people, that's another story time for another day. But I literally was planning on vlogging all my life, but I had videos, my phone got lost. That, as I said, it's another story for another day. Anyways, so now in the bucket now there were like some bags, but the bucket never had covers. No, they told us that if you do not throw the toilet paper in the toilet. In my head, and I said, "Crasses, Jesus! How will me really put myself in a? Will me really left my good home comfy meet up?" It was so disgusting. So, but me never did follow the other day. Me go to the bathroom, me have flash. I don't care if I was still there. They would have to call plumber till them tired. Cause I just feel like that's so nasty. Imagine somebody go and do and wipe and choke. No, it was a nasty thing. There were students who was doing it, but the funny thing is, boy, Lord have mercy on me, Jesus. Anyways, let's fast forward. So you have the idea. No, they were not providing toilet papers either. So what? Luckily, I literally had carried up toilet papers, things that I would use, because I'm sensitive to toilet papers. Especially if I'm using a brand now and then change my brand, it irritates me. So I had carried up 2 cases of toilet paper, and like what I did, I removed the roll inside, flatten them down, put them in one of these vacuum bags and vacuum out the air. So that was how I was able to carry it. Anyways, fast forward now to the bath. Sometimes in the bathroom, my bed, it's just one little piece of shower curtain. The shower curtain not even cover your whole, like, so the way the shower curtain was, it was shorter in terms of the, not the length, but the, you know, so sometimes in the bathroom you see the person, half of the person body naked. This one, yeah, yes. No, that I had to adjust to the water, to the language. Also, adjust to that hygiene situation I have a go on with. No, another thing I had to adjust to is washing my own clothes. They didn't have a washing machine. No, you could have paid one of the workers to wash them, but what they used to do is basically take the clothes home and wash it. And me never believe that them somebody. Me sorry. So I had to wake up early. See, on Friday night when school our classes used to finish at 12 o'clock. So on Friday when I finished class, well, classes used to finish a little later on Fridays because we used to have to do situation practical situation, something like that, where they used to just send us either to the bank, go to some place, conversate with the Spanish, you know, to. Anyways, so on Friday nights, I used to wash my clothes. Friday, whenever I come home, I used to wash, because you know there's so much of us there, and either you wash Friday evening, or I wake up Saturday morning early and wash, so somebody else can get the line to hang out and wash, you know, stuff like that. So I had to adjust washing my own clothes, because home my mom does that for me. I just need to put my clothes where the washing machine is, and she does the washing and stuff. But now I had to wash on my hand, the language, the hygiene, what else, and yeah. So now let's fast forward to the food. Take a moment of silence. May the Lord watch between us while you're absent. Anyway, so remember the next day? No, I didn't know. The next day, we had to wake. The breakfast was at 6 to 8, 6 to 8, not quite 8. It would be like 7:45, 8 o'clock. Yeah, right. 6 to 8. Lunch was at 12 to 2, and dinner was at 6 to 8. Right. If you don't make it between them time, they just know, so you lose out. You have to wait until the next. So if you go after 8 to get breakfast, you have to wait. They're not gonna serve you. You have to go for 12 o'clock for lunch, right? So the food now, when I went there, let me tell you what I used to serve with people. They would give us in the morning, you would get a plain glass of milk tea with one small bread. This is even too big, but a small bread with one slice of salami. Well, I would call it salami, right? Or you might look it to get one fried egg without no salt. But me never get egg. But persons, cause even I did stop before breakfast. We did literally stop before breakfast and lunch. We did stop. And how did I used to survive? Cause I had walked up with 4 case of salad. The ramen, the hot water. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how me get hot water. All that's in another video. Me explain all of that. But anyways, so for lunch now they will give you a japa rice, like a thing of rice with picalido, right? You might, well, when I got the avocado was in season, so we used to get a slice of avocado, and then of course I will get a bread for the day, and then they have water, or they used to give us fruit juice. They would call it fresh fruit juice, but it never did look fresh to me. Sorry, I'm not accustomed to that kind of juice. They'll give you guava juice, and it never had sugar. Them, like probably when them just pick the fruit and just extract the juice without adding little sugar, little water. It was just literally just, it never did taste good for me. Sorry. And then for dinner now, you're getting the same rice, and you will get a piece of chicken. But the chicken is, you see, you know how we custom to do this stew chicken or little curry chicken or baked chicken? It was never that. Like when you put some chicken in one pot of water if you boil. If you just boil the chicken, I saw the chicken did white. Did white like Snow White. Yeah. But yeah, and then of course I will get the bread. As me say, I will get the bread. Now fast forward now, so that was basically the living. So I had to adjust to the food, the language, the water, the hygiene, and the lack of privacy. Because sharing room with 8 people, that's crazy. It's crazy. And the room is just one plain room. There's no curtain to say share. So persons used to really take the advantage. Oh, me, fish me talk for me. I used to just put the curtain down and then open my closet door and put down a sheet, tie on the sheet on the bed head at the top, and then try to put my sheet on the closet and use a clothespin to hold it down, just for things like that. The room had a big AC, a noisy body, the noisy Jesus. But and the night time used to cold because the AC go on probably like 8 o'clock and it will come off at 6 o'clock. Yeah, and there was no way. They took out the thing, and it said no to, well, they didn't have a remote. That whole time AC, they had something you could spin and increase and decrease, and they took it out, so there was no way. They just set it one way and it did higher. People me tell us I sleep with 3 and 4 sheets. Anyways, so fast forward to the school. The school was right on the campus, right there. I didn't have to go far. It was still in the same premises, but class would start at 8 o'clock, ends at 12. The Spanish class was pretty okay. In my class, I was the only Vincentian. I had a lot of Jamaicans. Like, let's say the classroom, 90% of it was Jamaicans. There was some from South Africa, Jamaican, South Africa, one from BVI. Me have flown from St. Vincent, Angola, Panama. Yeah, it was chill like that. Did the Spanish do me justice? I don't think so. I don't think they these Spanish people, these Cubans, they had expected to come with some sort of Spanish. So the way they were teaching Spanish was not Spanishing at all. But you know, you just got to do what you got to do. No, fast forward, the Spanish class was supposed to be from for 20 weeks. We never did do 20 weeks. I don't know how me passed the Spanish something, but it's the grace of God. But anyways, no, before me jump to the, well, that's all about it for the school. Well, let me fast forward back. When I just went there, right? You tell me why every at least 2 to 3 times a week they used to carry us to the clinic. And what for? I don't even know. So when I just got there, I think it was the third day, right? They said that we were on quarantine. No, I went in August. I think it was August the 22nd or so. I went up. They said we had to come in like 2 weeks before school start because you are gonna do quarantine. Da, 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 da. No, I didn't see it as a quarantine, if I'm being honest, because like persons, okay, even after the first week when I'm there, when persons came after like the second or so, people the second week or so, they were still adding people to the room, right? So I feel like that was still not quarantine. No, when, as I said, so the third day, early in the morning, 5 o'clock, somebody could knock the door. Esther Douglas, Esther Douglas. I had to get up, shower, and then they said that at 8 o'clock somebody's gonna take me to the clinic. I was like, okay, fine. I don't know what they're testing for. They didn't even say, okay, we're testing for this, we're testing for, they didn't even, she just carried us to the, and the funny thing is the clinic is like 20 minutes walk. And you know, at 8 o'clock, sun up, me I sweat before me even leave the school campus gate, and we had to walk. But luckily for me, I only went to the clinic like 3 times or 2 times. Everybody else in my care, I mean, I don't know why I know that they said that they were testing for sugar, diabetes, what else, because every time I go to my Chukyo, take blood, and they're not telling you, okay, they're not saying, okay, you're diagnosed with this or you have this or that. You know, they didn't say anything. So it was really, really weird and annoying. But luckily for the 2 or 3 times I went there, they had this doctor, right? It was a guy doctor, I know, kind of oldish man. He was pretty chill, and every time, so when we go there, he just come off at duty. People miss happy, miss to get one little ride in the old car. All of the old car, juk. It was okay. I mean, I don't really matter about the juk cars. Me did I reach fast, and me couldn't take the bad walk because the walking was so far. Anyways, so fast forward now to the exam situation. The exam now, it was more like the best. Okay, it was an oral exam, right? It was oral. They wanted you to express yourself. They give you the topics. You have to have like a couple minutes to prepare, and you go on your oral. They mark you. Also, one thing you need to understand. Oh, another thing that I had to adjust to is their marking system. So you know, in the Caribbean, and I know Cuba is probably in the, yeah, it's in the Caribbean, but their marking system is weird. So you know, like how we would have a grade 1, a grade 2, and a grade 3. Even if you do CXC, so if a grade 1 is a pass, grade 2 and stuff like that. But in their system, it's a grade 5. A grade 5 is a grade 1 for us. A grade 4 is a grade 2 for us. A grade 3 is a 3. Anything below a 2 is a fail. And they don't really give 1. It's just like a 2 and that's automatically fail. So I was so like, this doesn't make sense. But that's their thing. Okay? So after which the exams now, they were still. And then yeah, that was my experience in oh, so remember I tell us when I see the man did a smoke at the beginning when the lady stopped and asked him, right? How did I know it was a hotel? So the place was not too far from my campus. I used to walk around the area, like if I need to go to the supermarket. So most, remember I tell I stop. So when I feel like I stop eating their food, and when I feel like not eating the ramen I had, I used to basically walk out, and there's a security there. No, if you go outside, you have to always make sure you have your card name, and to present back for the security. But actually, luckily, I made friends with some of the security guards. So sometimes when I go out, I always have my card, but I don't always have to show because they know my face, right? You just go out by the road. There was this you call it a container kind of truck thing that used to sell pizza. At the time, pizza was like 100 peso or 180 peso the most, depending on what you want. You understand? Um, so I used to walk around the place, go to the shops, to the place. And remember, on Fridays, you used to send us to either to the restaurant, to the bank, to these places to basically have conversation with people and then report it back into class the Monday. So when I walk during the days when I used to go out and stuff, I never used to walk too far. If I walk from here to here today, tomorrow I walk from here to here. That's how I used to, until I gradually get to see the place and know the place and whatever. And then that's how I got to know the place was a hotel, because every time it's ever lively and ever have bands and stuff, live bands and stuff playing there. But the culture is pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie. The Cuba is really nice. Um, in December. But I didn't spend all my time on the campus. I had to move out from the campus, and then I had a roommate I was renting with a girl. And guys, I have so much story time to tell about my trip in Cuba. It's not even funny. But going forward, you guys, because I'm telling you stories, you're gonna see. I'm gonna show you evidence of everything you're gonna tell you. You're gonna see evidence, pictures, videos, every living thing. So I'm gonna say, I know this video is super long, and I didn't intend for it to be this long, but this is just my experience, and I was trying to tell you all the nitty-gritties and every little details, because like it's the details that actually matters and make make it, because some people can't really use their imagination and understand without the little details, you understand? So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. And also, if you want to know what happened in December, comment down in the comment section. I was robbed. I was robbed. If you want a story time on that, let me know in the comment section. I will give you a story time on that. And please subscribe, guys, as we're gonna come to the end. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. And with that being said, see you in the next video. Bye.